How to play Duel Masters in 3 minutes. At the beginning of the game, each player is protected by 5 shields. Each time your creature attacks an opponent, if it's not blocked, it will break one of your opponent's shields. If one of your creatures attacks your opponent who controls no shields and the attack wasn't prevented, you win the game. You must build a deck consisting of 40 cards. Generally, you can have up to 4 copies of any card with the same card name. The most common cards types are creature and spell. Each card has at least one civilization, which is represented on a card by a unique icon and color. There are 5 monocolored civilizations, which are light, water, darkness, fire and nature, as well as 2 colorless civilizations, zero and jokers. Your deck is placed here. You draw a card from your deck each turn. As you start, shuffle your deck. Take 5 cards from the top of your deck without looking at them and put them in a row in the shield zone face down. Draw 5 cards from the top of your deck. They are in your hand and only you can look at them. Decide who goes first by a randomly decided process. At the start of your turn, untap any of your tapped cards in the battle zone and your mana zone so they are in portrait positions again. A tapped card, which is in landscape position, indicates that it has been used for the turn. Creatures are tapped when they are used to attack or block any attack. Generally, only tapped creatures can be attacked. Draw a card from the top of your deck. During your first turn, if you are going first, you don't draw a card. You may put a card from your hand into the mana zone upside down. This is also known as a mana charge. However, if it is a multicolored card, the card is put into a tapped state that you can't use it to pay the cost of a card you want to play this turn. After mana charge, you can summon as many creatures and cast as many spells from your hand as your mana zone can afford during this step. You can play any card in any order, just remember to tap the same number of cards in your mana zone as the number appears in the top left corner of the card you want to play, and at least one of them is of the same civilization as that card. After you have summoned creatures or cast spells, you may choose your creatures to attack. You can't attack with creatures you just put into the battle zone this turn because they have situation known as summoning sickness. A creature with the blocker ability can be tapped to stop the attack of an opponent's creature, then the 2 creatures battle. When 2 creatures battle, the creature with the higher power wins the battle and stays in the battle zone, while a creature that has the same or lower power loses and will be put in the graveyard. When you attack your opponent and aren't blocked, you break one of your opponent's shields. When a shield is broken, it will return to a player's hand. If it is a card with the shield trigger ability, the player can cast the spell or summon the creature immediately for no cost and even reverse the situations.